You spend roughly 26 years of your life in bed. And according to research from the California Department of Public Health, your mattress could be releasing volatile organic compounds the entire time you are unconscious and breathing deeply. We are talking formaldehyde, benzene, toluene, known carcinogens floating up from that memory foam while you are dead to the world. I have spent the last 6 weeks researching what is actually inside the most popular Aussie mattress brands. I called their customer service lines. I read material safety data sheets. I dug through hundreds of real customer complaints on product review and Whirlpool forums. What I found was genuinely disturbing. Some of these brands are claiming certifications that do not mean what you think they mean. And one particular safety feature could actually be contaminating your entire home. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which 7 brands to avoid. You will understand why those CertiPure certifications might be misleading you, and you will discover the 3 Australian options that will not poison you in your sleep. Here is what the mattress industry does not want you to know. Those bed-in-a-box brands that spend millions on Instagram ads and cute mascots, many of them are just rebranded Chinese polyurethane foam with clever marketing. They use words like eco-friendly, natural, and breathable, but there is no legal requirement for those terms to mean anything. It is all smoke and mirrors while you literally breathe in their off-gassing. If you are sick of being ripped off by fancy marketing and want the truth about what you are sleeping on, hit subscribe. Let us start with number 7. The Ecosa Original Mattress at around $799 for a queen size. You have probably seen Ecosa everywhere. Melbourne-based company, flashy website, constantly on sale. The Ecosa Original is marketed as this customizable, adjustable firmness wonder. But here is what they do not shout about. This mattress is 100% polyurethane foam, 3 layers of petroleum-based synthetic material. That is right. The entire thing is made from crude oil derivatives. When I checked their own website, they admit the mattress will off-gas for 24 to 72 hours. But forum posts from actual buyers on Whirlpool tell a different story. People report strong chemical smells lasting weeks. One bloke said it still stunk a bit after 3 weeks of airing out in a room with windows open and a fan on. They wave around that CertiPure US certification like a badge of honor. Sounds impressive, right? Here is what CertiPure actually means. It was literally created by the polyurethane foam industry. It only certifies that chemicals already banned by law are not present. Chemicals that were never used in foam production anyway. It does not mean non-toxic. It does not mean chemical-free. One expert called it the most misleading and misunderstood certification in the industry. You are paying $799 for what is essentially 3 layers of petroleum foam. Manufactured offshore, compressed into a box. The off-gassing smell? That is your mattress releasing volatile organic compounds. Benzene derivatives, toluene, formaldehyde, right where your face rests for 8 hours. Look, I get it, the price is attractive, the marketing is slick, but do you really want to save a few $100 if it means breathing in industrial chemicals every single night? Moving on to number 6, the One Bed Original at around $850 for a queen. One Bed markets themselves as an Aussie alternative to the big players. Their original mattress has that same adjustable layer gimmick as Ecosa. Sounds good on paper. When I called them to ask about their manufacturing process, they confirmed the foams are made overseas, China specifically. The mattress arrives vacuum sealed. This actually traps those manufacturing VOCs until you open it in your bedroom. Product review complaints specifically mention chemical smell when first unwrapped. They describe VOCs escaping from the mattress into the air. One reviewer described it as polyether polyurethane fragrance. Mate, that is not a fragrance. That is industrial off-gassing. Another said they were the hottest thing I have ever slept on. That is because polyurethane foam traps heat, and heat actually accelerates the off-gassing process. You are literally cooking the chemicals into the air. What should a quality mattress look like? Real natural materials, latex tapped from rubber trees, organic cotton, wool, not 3 layers of processed petroleum product. Number 5 is the Sleeping Duck Mach 2 at around $1,299 for a queen. Now we are getting into the premium territory. Sleeping Duck positions themselves as the smart choice. Customizable firmness zones, Australian designed. At $1,299 for a queen, you would expect something special. Yes, this one has pocket springs at the base. But those comfort layers on top? Still polyurethane foam. And here is the kicker. They make a big deal about their Gecko certification, which is actually better than CertiPure. But Gecko only certifies the foam, not the entire mattress. What about the adhesives binding those layers together? What about the fire retardant barrier? Those are not covered. Mattress glues are a hidden hazard. Many contain formaldehyde and other VOC-releasing compounds. When I pressed Sleeping Duck on what adhesives they use, I could not get a straight answer. If they were using natural latex glue, which exists, they would be shouting about it. The silence is telling. Forum users on Whirlpool report similar experiences to other foam mattresses. Initial off-gassing, heat retention. One user specifically said their partner's allergies worsened after getting the mattress. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you are paying over $1,000, you should not have to wonder. Number 4 is the ErgoFlex 5G at around $1,379 for a queen on sale. Here is where it gets properly dodgy. ErgoFlex has been around for nearly 20 years. You would think that means they have perfected their product. What they have perfected is their marketing. The ErgoFlex 5G is marketed as premium visco-elastic memory foam, the same stuff NASA supposedly invented. What they do not highlight? Memory foam is the worst type of foam for off-gassing. It is polyurethane foam with additional chemical additives to make it slow to respond. More chemicals, more off-gassing. They charge nearly $1,400 for a queen, sometimes more, by constantly running fake sales that suggest the RRP is over $2,000. Classic marketing trick. And despite the premium pricing, the core product is still petroleum-based foam manufactured using propylene oxide and TDI, toluene disocyanate. These are aggressive respiratory irritants. One study found memory foam off-gassing can persist for weeks or even months. Whirlpool forum posts mention the foam mattress degassed for 2 weeks. Very smelly and gave me a headache. Another said it was quite smelly when first opened. For nearly $1,400, your mattress should not be making you sick. Now we get to number 3, the Emma Original at around $899 for a queen. Emma Sleep, German designed, award-winning, recommended by choice. This is where things start getting genuinely infuriating. Emma proudly states their foams are CertiPure US certified. We have already established that means almost nothing. But here is what really got me. Emma uses a fiberglass fire barrier. That is right, actual glass fibers woven into the mattress cover, sitting centimeters from where your face rests. Research published by the California Department of Public Health found that fiberglass barriers can release particles into the air if the cover is damaged, worn, or even just unzipped. These fragments between 30 and 50 micrometers are potentially inhalable into the nose, mouth, and throat. There were 128 consumer complaints filed with the US Consumer Product Safety Commission in 2020 alone about fiberglass exposure from mattresses. On the Emma UK site, one analytical chemist tested their bedroom air before and after unpacking an Emma mattress. They reported VOC levels in the room were close to industrial hygiene levels. There were some high-level toxic compounds there, despite their protestations. The smell lasted over a month. When I contacted Emma Australia directly and asked about their fiberglass content, the response was vague. They mentioned a safe and non-toxic fiberglass barrier for flame retardancy. Safe? Tell that to the 6-year-old in California who developed persistent skin and respiratory irritation linked to fiberglass leakage. The cleanup required disposing of the mattress, carpet, and clothing. This genuinely makes me angry. Choice recommended this mattress without apparently investigating the fiberglass issue. How many Aussie families bought this based on that recommendation? Number 2 is the koala mattress at around $1,150 for a queen. And now we get to Australia's darling, koala. Cute mascot, rapid delivery. Marketing budget the size of a small country's GDP. They are everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, billboards. But behind that cuddly branding, koala claims to be Australian designed. True, but designed in Sydney, manufactured in China. When I went digging on Whirlpool, one user asked their chat support directly. They confirmed it. All that support Australian business marketing? You are supporting a Sydney design office. The actual mattress, the thing you are sleeping on, comes from Chinese foam factories. The product review and Whirlpool threads are full of off-gassing complaints. Users report it smelt very strongly of chemicals when I first got it for a good 2 weeks. Others say my mattress is less than 2 months old and the strong chemicals were burning my throat. Another wrote we aired it out for about a month. But soon as we put the mattress back in the room, it started to smell up the room again. One user said the smell was fairly strong, even after a month, so did not want to risk smelling unknown chemicals that could cause problems years down the track. Multiple users reported their koala mattresses turning yellow or orange within months, not from stains, but from inside the foam. Users with mattress protectors reported the protector was not affected. It was the mattress itself changing color. What chemical reaction causes that? Koala's response? A small batch of mattresses manufactured during a specific period have shown a propensity to discolor. A small batch. Right. Koala waves around CertiPUR US and GECA certifications. They claim low VOC emissions, but their own forum responses admit our mattresses do not normally come with a smell. We have had some reports. Some reports? The complaints are everywhere. Here is what really gets me. Koala positioned themselves as the ethical, sustainable Australian alternative. They donate returned mattresses. They plant trees. Great PR. But they are selling Chinese polyurethane foam mattresses that are making Aussies sick, wrapped in clever marketing and a cute toy koala. That is not sustainability. That is greenwashing. And number 1, the worst offender. And it is not a single brand. It is the flood of ultra-cheap mattresses flooding Amazon Australia, eBay, and discount retailers. You know the ones. Suspiciously good prices, generic names, thousands of 5-star reviews that read like they were written by the same person. These typically range from $300 to $500. These mattresses are almost always manufactured in China with 0 Australian certifications. No CertiPUR, no GECA, nothing. The foams are not tested. The flame retardants are unknown. There is no transparency about materials. One Pure Upholstery investigation found that all 4 cheap mattresses they tested, despite being advertised as CertiPUR US compliant, tested positive for lead. Many of these budget mattresses use fiberglass fire barriers because it is dirt cheap. The problem? They are not well contained. Once that fiberglass escapes, and it will escape through wear, washing, or damage, it contaminates your entire home. It gets into your carpet, your clothes, your HVAC system. Professional remediation can cost thousands. One reviewer described a cheap Amazon mattress that still smells as bad as when I first unwrapped it after 3 months. Another said 3 months later, it still stinks. These are not outliers. They are the norm for unregulated foam products. This genuinely makes me furious on behalf of every Aussie family who thought they were getting a bargain. You buy a cheap mattress to save money, and you end up either sick from VOCs, contaminated by fiberglass, or both. And there is zero recourse because these companies vanish or hide behind offshore corporate structures. If you see a foam mattress under $500 that seems too good to be true, it is. Full stop. Right, I have spent 10 minutes telling you what not to buy. Here is what actually works. First recommendation: Peace Lily Latex Mattress at around $1,599 for a queen. Peace Lily is Australian owned. They use 100% natural Dunlop latex, not synthetic, not blended. Actual latex tapped from rubber trees in Sri Lanka. Zero polyurethane foam, zero memory foam, zero chemical flame retardants. They use natural latex glue between layers, not formaldehyde-based adhesives. GOATS certified organic cotton cover. GOAS certified organic latex. They won Bed Buyer's best latex mattress in a box 3 years running. 2023, 2024, 2025. Yes, it is more expensive than Koala or Emma, but you are paying for materials that will not off-gas, will not need months to air out, and will not make you sick. Natural latex is also naturally dust mite resistant, mold resistant, and lasts 15 to 25 years. Double the lifespan of foam mattresses. Second recommendation: Organature mattresses ranging from $1,500 to $3,000 and up. If you are seriously chemically sensitive, or you just want zero compromise, Organature is the gold standard. 100% Gosikasuets certified organic cotton filling and fabric. Even the fabric on the springs is certified organic. You cannot even see it, but it is certified. Founded by a bloke with multiple chemical sensitivity who could not find a mattress that did not make him sick. They do not use synthetic latex. They do not use biohybrid foam. They do not use anything with vague marketing terminology. If it is not certified organic, it is not in there. Australian made. Third recommendation: the Natural Bedding Company, ranging from $2,000 to $4,000 and up. Handcrafted in Sydney using Goals, certified organic latex from Sri Lanka. Australian Downs wool. Organic cotton covers. They use hand tufting instead of chemical adhesives to bind layers. Literally sewn together by hand to avoid glues. No polyurethane, no memory foam, no fiberglass, no compromise. Yes, it is at the higher end, but these mattresses are built to last decades. They are repairable, and they are made by people you can actually talk to in Sydney. If those prices make you wince, I get it. Here is the minimum standard. Look for Goals certified latex, not just natural latex. GOTS certified cotton. And a company willing to transparently tell you every material in the mattress, including flame barriers and adhesives. If they dodge those questions, walk away. Look, you spend a third of your life in bed. Your body and your wallet deserves better than being lied to by companies spending millions on marketing while cutting corners on materials. Avoid the big foam brands: Koala, Emma, Ecosa, Ergoflex, Sleeping Duck, One Bed. And definitely avoid ultra-cheap imported mattresses with unknown materials. Look for natural latex, organic cotton, transparent manufacturing, and certifications that actually mean something. GOTS, Goals, Eco Institute. If this helped you, smash that like button. It genuinely helps the algorithm show this to more Aussies who need to know. Drop a comment if you have had an off-gassing nightmare with any of these brands. I would love to hear your story. And subscribe if you want more videos exposing the products ripping us off. Sleep safe, legends. Cheers.